And we are back. So, last we left off, the crew has found themselves on their way to Zinmouth after having a long night's sleep, having struck a deal with a pirate, Captain Marble of the Elusive Rose. The deal sealed with perhaps a copious amount of lovemaking, more so on Zun's part than his, as well as a tug of the ship to the port itself for repairs.
I got 7 things. Yeah.
exactly. Who knows what else might be going on behind closed doors, but all of you got a long rest, so you can remove 1 point of exhaustion. And it is the next day. Early in the next day, I am going to need a roll from one of you. I'm going to need a D20 roll from someone.
Moog's got it. Hold on.
Moog
He's feeling lucky, y'all. Hold on. Here, hold on. Let's see what it does. Hot dang, that's pretty good. 12.
12. So what's
2 more than 10. That's pretty good.
All right, good.
Okay.
As you guys are pulling in to within visual sight, you do see the up on the horizon, you do see an island beginning to form. And this is definitely the Blighted Isle that Zinmouth is upon. The weather begins to take a turn for the worst on your way there. As you will remember, you are almost in a full-blown winter wonderland. You're getting very close to Snowmageddon, one might say. However, it is not quite there yet, but it is cold. The wind is picked up, and there are storm clouds on the horizon once again, perhaps the same storm that you had just recently outrun, the one that had the large golf ball size hail that was beating down upon you. It is coming in fast behind you, but there is a small, well, decently sized town ahead of you that you can see, as well as a large mass just on the outskirts of the port that you are pulling up upon. What you see before you, as Zun pulls up the spyglass, so does Morag. He calls out back to the Elusive Rose, letting them know that they're almost there. They'll be pulling into port. Is first off, you see a black mass. It appears to be some kind of natural reef ahead of you. The rock itself looks almost volcanic, black, almost piercing up and out of the ocean. It's low to the surface, though. It's right at the what's that called? Tide, like right at the tide line, as if perhaps if the tide even rose just a few inches, it would be beneath the waves. But right now, it's visual. It looks like it does in fact submerge, depending on the time of day. But you see what is only known as the Demon's Reef. I will tell you that Morag produces a map, the one that I sent to all of you, and informs you that this is the only known map that I've ever gotten a hold of. Honestly, we usually meet on the reef. For some reason, that's where we make our exchanges. I hate to actually be on it myself. Usually, we meet with the dockmaster. I think that's what he is, at least. Oh shit, where'd it go? No, where'd it go? No, shit, my stuff's gone. Give me 1 second. I was right in the middle of it, and... Good. All right. His name, he goes by the name of Sergeant. He's usually met us there. We traded goods. Mostly, the various wines and some of these little knickknacks we make in Conwich, and they give us gold. I mean, honestly, it doesn't seem like a fair trade, but it's what they want.
Is he the only one you meet
on the reef?
Him and a few other of the Zinmouth folk. They all have the same look. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm pretty sure I do. What does he wear? How do we find him?
He's tall. This will be the first time pulling up into the actual port, but let's see what we can do. I'll point him out. I'm sure he's going to want fees or something. As you begin to get closer, you see that there are numerous sunken ships about the harbor that look like, and there are a few ships even moored at some of the docks that look like they're in a dire state of needing repair. Most of them are half sunk. There are various ships that are pulled up onto the black sand beaches that are just rolled over and picked clean, sun-dried, rotting. The whole dock itself looks like it is a mess. The various planks of the numerous docks, this looks like at one point in time, this must have been a wondrous, bright, luminous city of architectural grandeur that has fallen into decay and and disrepair. What you see before you is the docks themselves falling apart, these broken down ships. Further ahead, you see these houses, the actual once buildings that used to house trade goods and all the various other means of civilization that have taken on now a semblance of desiccation, decadence even, as most of the walls and the roofs are sagging and damp with mold. There's a kind of algae growing on most of the surfaces of the buildings that you can see. You can't see too deep into town, unfortunately, but judging from just what you're seeing on the outskirts, as well as the broken, fragmented wall that's around the city, and the towers that are leaning inwards and look like they're about to crumble to dust, if you didn't know any better, you would think that this was an abandoned place. But you do see people out on the docks moving around, working. There are lots of smaller craft, smaller fishing boats and things of that sort that are actually in the harbor getting ready to move out and ply their trade. There appears to be numerous full nets on the docks themselves of just in ridiculous amounts of fish and sea life. As you are pulled up to the nearby dock, and there's some maneuvering that happens. And by maneuvering, I mean I need Tristan Varel to give me a intelligence check to hopefully not bash the boat onto one of these numerous obstacles.
Do I feel any pull when I go past the reef, since I had that dream about it? I rolled a 13.
13.
Could I? Oh, I was going to ask if I could give him bardic inspiration.
Sure. If you saw it coming, sure, why not?
Yeah, just little sea shanty.
Oh yeah, Velree's going to be so impressed.
Yeah, badass captain.
16?
14, 15, I think.
That was a 13, so it's a 16. All right, so with a 16,
badass captain.
Yeah, I parallel park that baby in there.
Not quite, but you do well. It was a difficult check. You barely passed. As you begin to move the ship, and there's a few times when Warwick's like, "Oh, a little port side," and you very, very slowly. He's like, "Bring it in slow.
Yeah,
good, Tris, good."
Slow.
As you begin to move in, the elusive Rose, captained by Marvel, you hear him kind of calling out, treading lines, and they are not quite as deft as you guys. However, Marvel is a seasoned captain of the seas, at least, maybe not in the bedroom. And he is able to, even with his vessel being as busted up as it is, he's able to swing it in and position it into a dock where he'll be able to make repairs. All right. All of you are docked at this point, both ships. And a large individual, a very tall man. He appears to be tall, kind of bloated. It looks like a hobgoblin, but the skin's a little bit, I don't know, he looks sickly. His eyes are slightly bulging, and his nose is more flattened than a normal hobgoblin. And it appears to be a similar look you're seeing on some of the other hands here on the dock. He moves up with a group of about 6 or 7 dock workers. He has a large, thick coat about his shoulders. They all smell foul. They smell of the sea. They smell of like fishermen. There appears to be simple clothes that he's wearing beneath the large coat. Very worn leather boots that almost look like they're about to burst, barely containing his bulging feet, almost like swollen even. And he struts up towards whoever's moving down onto the dock itself. Are all of you going, or someone in particular? Morag tells you that he's going to stay with the ship. He's scared to death to go down to Zinmouth proper. He's never been here, and he's a very what's the word? I wouldn't say God-fearing, but a superstitious individual. And no one has ever set foot on the island and left, as far as he knows.
First time for everything. Before I walk off, Morag, if we don't make it back to the ship for a rest, I will contact you just to check in.
All right, I'll see about making some repairs. I'll get with the elusive rogues as well. We'll see what they can do if they need any help.
All right.
Hopefully we can get things done around here. Ask him what he wants for repairs, fees. We'll pay anything at this point. We really need to get it done. And
We'll do. Go find this sergeant fellow.
Yeah, that's actually him right there. He points down. It's the man I described walking towards you.
Easy enough. Tristan's gonna walk off the dock, or onto the dock.
You walk onto the dock.
Never
Are
to
the rest
return.
of you coming, or are you staying on the ship?
Where is going?
I'm gonna
Okay.
go with Burrow.
All right. Moog, I'm assuming you're coming.
You're muted.
I'm going to take that as yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's got one.
Yes, there he is. There he is. Okay, so you all get off. The man, kind of blubbering. What business do you have here?
Are you sergeant?
Yes, I am Sergeant. We were not expecting trade.
Yeah. We need some repairs done, some supplies. The ship back there is a little busted up, and
We can help with that.
good. Do you know, taking a look at it, roughly how much that would be?
We will give you estimates in time. You must
Alright.
pay fee for docking.
What's the fee?
What you have.
I have money. I have coin.
Do you have trade?
We probably have some trade. I can check. What are you looking for?
Usually they bring trade. We bring food, alcohol.
Yeah, we have some of that. That's no problem.
He's waiting.
I mean, I have to go back there and get it, but we have some.
We need to come ashore. Not many allowed. Only
Yeah,
a
that's-
few. Rest
Yeah,
stay
that's-
on ships.
Well, We needed to come ashore. We couldn't do any trade on the reef, as you can see how busted up the ship is. But I hope that's okay.
Give me a
We
persuasion
would-
check, somebody.
Ooh,
Damn it!
persuasion?
I'm gonna persuade. Let me intervene here.
What are you
That is
gonna do,
true.
Zune?
I'm gonna, we would love to get out of your way and, get out of here as quickly as we can, as soon as repairs can be made. We do not mean to intrude. We do respect your boundaries. We will immediately go get some food, and maybe I can provide you all with some music, some song, if you would be receptive to that. I am an entertainer. I don't know if you are open to that kind of trade, but I would be more than happy to perform for you, no charge.
I will allow you to give me a persuasion check.
Thank you. I hope to God. I'm gonna see what happens here. Please, Jesus. 18? Please.
It looks at you. You may pass, but we expect trade for you to stay long.
Absolutely. Could you get some of the meat? Rogar, you're stronger than me.
Yeah. Rogar's gonna head up and grab some of the meat.
The uncooked chimera.
As he passes Zone, he in a whisper, perhaps you can ask about Zidric at some point as well. And we'll head off to get the meat.
Velree was gonna run back to the chef's room and grab a bottle of alcohol and toss it to him on the way.
Oh, shit! So you go back to the cook, to the clan man.
Well, I'm not going to see him. I'm just going to run in and grab it.
You run in. He's like, oh, you're back. Hey, we're ashore. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get a little break here. If you got time. Wait, no. And you just kind
I'm just going to run.
of run out on him.
Oh. So, when was the last time you had any visitors touch down out here?
Been many years.
Many years.
Not many come to stay.
All right. Well, I'm going to pull out not having any context on how long ago it's been since Zidron's disappeared, all that. I'm going to pull out my lute and, strum it a little bit, warm it up, get it ready, and prepare to play some music for them. And is there a particular place where you would appreciate me playing? I can also just stand out here on the dock if you would like. This is fine.
He just stares at you, Zoom. There's no response to this. Just blank
This is
face.
totally fine. I would I really want to cast Detect Thoughts, but I really don't want to screw up and have us all get murdered. on the
Sergeant,
dock.
do you have an inn we can go to?
There is a place. The Guildman's house. In
Can you can point me in the general direction of where it is?
Would we be permitted to go there?
go to top of the hill.
All right, thank you, Sergeant. You've been a great help. I appreciate everything.
At this point, I'm
Thank you.
assuming Rogar and Velree are back.
Thank you for your hospitality.
How much
sir.
meat do you plan on giving him, Rogar?
4 shanks, I guess, like
Shit.
large,
Good, large cuts.
like large cuts.
Yeah, you come down there with large cuts, and you see even Sergeant and a few of the other people on the deck. As soon as Rogar starts stepping down from the ship, you see him start like sniffing the air. One of them starts kind of like salivating. Sergeant kind of smacks him hard. Almost like, yeah. As you get closer with the meat, this is acceptable. You may come ashore. Do you have the booze, Velree? I mean, they're letting you guys pass without it, or do you still want to try to give it to them?
it in case we need it later.
Okay.
You know?
Velree kind of
Alright.
keeps it in her bag. As they very greedily begin to waddle, and they're not very fast. The first thing you guys notice is they all kind of have an awkward gait as they're moving back towards the actual like dock houses.
Do they look familiar, like Brian?
No, doesn't look like that. Rogar, give me a intelligence check. Only Rogar.
Okay.
17. Shit. Okay.
Yep.
So Rogar?
That's a disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, still 17. Rogar, as you're looking at them walking, there's something about the way they're moving. It just looks somewhat familiar. And it comes to you. Oh shit, actually, Velree, you can roll for this too. And Moog.
Can I roll?
You guys just intelligence check.
Oh, good.
It ain't rolling well with Velree.
Rolling. Oh, how appropriate.
Nope. Oh no. So
Oh,
Rogar,
it's the best.
that's like I thought. I was like, this could probably be the only one that remembers. Rogar, there was an individual back when you were in Port Dorona that had similar features to what you were seeing here. What Morag is described as the Zinmouth look. And he was some kind of foul sorcerer that was concocting some evil plan that you guys all foiled and killed after he, of course, killed Tristan Burrell and numerous other people. But the look, it's almost like a racial look. What you're sensing here.
Okay. Rogar keeps it to himself until later, perhaps. But yes, takes note.
Okay. You guys are moving into town, I'm assuming. Why don't you guys give me perception tests as we get closer to the dock itself? The dock, like, area.
And is it bright out?
It would be considered overcast, so you don't have disadvantage.
Okay, 24.
All right. Yeah, we got some really high rolls in there.
Moog's gonna go change his dice.
Tristan and Zune are very high. All of you didn't do bad though. So as you're moving forward, you see the dilapidated kind of walls and buildings I've described. In addition, you see that while it looked like there was standing water on the dock, there appears to be standing water in the town as you get closer. All of the streets and intersections around these buildings has got water that appears to be 3 or 4 feet deep that these people are wading through. There's several other individuals you see kind of out in houses, kind of peeking out of windows and things like that. But it looks like you're in a swamp. It's like Louisiana swamp style. That's what the rest of this island is kind of giving you vibes of. You see a few like of those kind of willowish trees at various points on the outskirts of town here. And you can see that there's a deep, almost like swampy forest outside of these broken town walls. As you begin to move in, you guys are going to have to wade into the water to move forward. Any forward. Zune and Trist, yes, indeed. You spot Sergeant take 2 of the 4 large cuts of meat, and he peels off from the rest of the individuals and moves towards a 2-story shack kind of in between both of the larger dock setups. And you see him kind of move up and just kind of move into and bring those into the house himself. The other individuals, you see them kind of disperse into the kind of harbor and just disappear from view. Are you guys making a particular direction here, or are we just kind of wandering around?
Yeah, I would be aiming for the Gilded Man's house.
Okay. I will say that you guys don't see hardly anyone walking the streets. You might see a few smaller kids here and there. They appear to be goblinoids, appear to be like goblins, hobgoblins. There's a few bugbear children you see kind of walking around. A few like almost like teenage individuals. I don't know, like playing a game or something in like a nearby alley. Whenever they see the 5 of you, they quickly kind of pick up and move away. Very weary of strangers. The deeper you get, or the further you get in town, you can tell that this town is built on a decline. You're moving up, and you're slowly beginning to get into less and less water, to the point where when you're almost to the guild man's inn, you're in about ankle deep water. And with your guys' high rolls, one thing would stand out. There doesn't appear to be a lot of industry here in the city. Like, you don't see like bakeries or restaurants or numerous shops at all, like there should be in a town of this size. It's a very large town, despite it being in such a dilapidated state. But you do see one sign that comes out, kind of pops to the rest of you, and well, it pops to you, and it is a sign labeled the Grotto. And it has a symbol on the outside of it that looks like a skeletal fish, kind of on just right outside the
PTSD. I'm gonna nudge Tristan and kind of nod my head toward that. Does that look familiar to you?
Would it?
All of you would have seen this symbol numerous of times in the Siren's Cave that you guys just spend a month in.
Yep.
Well, we can always pop in.
And I'm gonna reach over to Rogar too and say, try to be discreet. So when did your friend head out initially that you were trying to connect with?
That is a question better directed towards Moog.
Moog?
It's his cousin.
Moog, your cousin, at what point did he head out? And since we are in a foreign place, please just keep it to very simple responses.
Right. So what is the time difference between?
It's been well over a year, maybe longer. Maybe like
so
a
the
year
events
and a half.
of the events of 00 were a year from when we started this campaign.
Yes, from
when
when we actually started. So it's been
2 years almost.
Not quite 2 years, but it's getting close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sarge made it seem like it's been a very long time, so I'm not sure if he's being truthful. I'm not sure that your cousin made it this far.
Might not have made it up this far, but it has definitely been a good while yet since I was sent out to come find him. But my first task was to find that feller Breverak and bring him into justice. But that turned into a whole other thing.
Who?
The mighty Breverak. Sorry. He may not have heard of him. I don't know why. He was the mighty Breverak. Quite a well-known person there in town for a while.
Which town?
Port Corona.
Okay, we'll talk about that later then.
It is a common practice in the South to flood the bottom of your village.
That's a good question. Is it, Moog?
I don't know, is it?
No. No. And I will say
It feels
like,
weird. I mean, I don't imagine bugbears like wet feet.
no,
That's
some
just
of
me.
these houses are some of them are single story. A lot of them are 2-3 stories tall. Like these are like nice. They would have been nice buildings, weren't they, in such a rundown state? And there are several places where there's entire bottom floors that are completely flooded. This would be unlivable to most people. It'd just be like vacant housing, and it's hard to tell which houses are inhabited and which ones aren't as you have been moving through. Sometimes you hear noises, you hear things shuffling around. You're not sure if it's just some wild animal living in there. There's bubbling noises occasionally, or if there's people living in there. It's hard to tell.
Are there any normal-looking adults? I
You
mean, do
haven't-
the bugbear?
You haven't run across any yet, outside of the people you saw on the dockhands and the fishermen that were going out for the day.
And the children look normal. They don't have the Zinmouth.
No, the children look fine. They look like normal kids. They're just out kind of playing around.
Try the door.
The door is locked.
Well, must not be open right now.
This is the grotto or the
It's called the grotto.
tavern.
Yes.
You can always try back later.
can always teleport us into it. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. It would be so bad.
Well,
Yeah.
shall we carry on?
Are we carrying on?
The end?
to the end.
Okay.
So you want to use the etherealness, but no.
Sure. Why not? Let's use it now.
No. Yeah, I would like to just kind of poke around and look at distant things, unassumingly, with
Okay.
my spyglass that has not shown me anything but one thing once.
As you look through it,
Fuck, am I gonna go insane?
you see the same thing that you're seeing now.
Oh, perfect.
Nothing out of the normal, as of yet.
Well, it's like something.
However, as you get closer to the guildman's house, like I said, it becomes a lesser amount of water. You're in about ankle-deep water at this point. And you come to what looks like some kind of town square. There's a large statue in the center here. And it appears to be of a bizarre nature. Strange craftsmanship. You've seen several of these other statues at kind of crossways. They look almost like small little monoliths. They're about like 2 or 3 feet tall. They've got etchings on them that don't really make any sense. But you see here is not so much a monolith. It's more or less it depicts a hobgoblin in more of like a privateer's clothing of an much older style, emerging from the sea, and he's got his hands lifted up, and in his hands are 2 gold bars, and they look like these are real gold bars he's holding in his hands. And this is like the center statue, and it actually doubles as a fountain. There's actually water leaking out of the kind of waves that kind of swirl around him. And they're kind of like cascading out in a pattern. Looks like at one point it would have been quite beautiful had there not been so much moss and lichen and things kind of growing across it.
Can I roll a history check to see if this?
Sure.
Do the gold bars look like the gold bars that we are currently in possession of?
Why don't you give me a perception test, Rogar?
17 history.
17 for history. We'll say that. Ooh, man, you haven't talked to anybody though. We'll say that you can tell for first off, it's definitely an older statue, for sure. The craftsmanship, while strange, the visage of the individual just strikes you as like a sea captain. So it's kind of the vibe you're getting off of it, between the style of the pose and the cutlass at his hip. That's about what you're going to gain from that for now, until you talk to someone else. What did you get, Rogar? I didn't see it.
5.
5. Rogar, you can't tell. Just go. Okay. Perhaps the lichen has grown across some of it. You can see it looks like it's solid gold. Maybe it's only painted. There's no way to know without climbing the statue and trying to break it from its grasp. In addition to just the statue, this is the prominent thing you see when you get into this area. It is still flooded, just ankle-deep water. You see to your right, across from the guildman's house, there's actually a large temple. It appears to be a temple because it is one of the only structures that is in any decent shape that you have run across thus far. There are a couple other ones off in the distance. You've seen through some broken down houses. You've seen a few more of these similar buildings, but this is the largest one you've run across as of yet. And the outside of it appears to be very grand looking. It's carved from almost like a polished marble, and it's very reminiscent of architecture you guys have seen elsewhere in the dynasty. Why don't all of you guys give me history checks real fast?
Oh shit.
Got a 0.
How? Damn it.
Yeah.
Moog knows a lot.
Moog gets it for some reason. Ironically,
a thing or two.
So does Rogar though.
No, it's his eyebrow ring.
Yeah, it wasn't as hard of a check. Just the rest of you guys tanked it for some reason. Oh no, Zune knows too. So the DC was a 10. You recognize the architecture. Moog really recognizes it. Moog, you begin to pick out facets. You recognize this. This was probably a temple of Boel at some point. However, it has long since been defaced, Moog. And Moog, you see on the outside where there would be statues of the water bearer, they have been pulled down and they are broken into small pieces long ago, quite some time ago. And these smaller little obelisks have been placed where those statues used to be. And in several languages, there has been chiseled above the main doors in a few languages you guys don't know, unless you're going to cast a spell.
Yeah.
You're going to cast a spell?
Well, not. I'm just play my music, man. But yes, I am going to cast.
Zoom starts. I mean, you use the lute. Are you doing a hum?
I'm going to. I should probably just hum it. I don't need to be drawing too much attention to us. So comprehend languages.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw it on who has a higher intelligence, history, and everything.
The highest intelligence in the party is for sure Tristan Varel.
Okay, then I'm going to cast it on Trist and be like, hey, I hope you don't mind this. And then I'm just going to start humming.
Okay. Trist, in several languages, chiseled. The one all of you can see is one in Goblinoid, and it says the Esoteric Order of Dagon. This phrase is repeated in several other languages, Trist. You don't necessarily recognize the languages, but suddenly you can read them. Now, I will say, Trist, from your studies, you might be able to glean that one of them is for sure deep speech. Though you cannot comprehend the language, you can recognize its writing just because of so much study you've put into this. The other one is unfamiliar.
There's these obelisks. They have etchings on them, you said, correct?
Yeah, they have etchings on them, strange little marks.
None of it looks familiar as far as the defiled Temple of the Well in Port Dorona or the underground temple in Old Conwich.
Yeah, the mosaics and everything.
Mhm.
It doesn't. Those were more of like a straight up defacement. This looks different.
Okay. All right.
But you guys do hear that there is humming coming from the inside of the building.
Yeah.
And it's a weird sonorous kind of tone and multiple voices. There aren't like any doors open or anything, and this building, unlike the rest, is actually in decent shape. Now, across the street is the guild man's house, depending on which direction you guys want to move in.
Can we make out any sort of language? Like, are they humming specific words, or is it just
It appears to be more of like a chant, like Gregorian
like a monk's
chant. Yeah.
chant? Okay, because he can comprehend spoken language as well.
Yes.
As he can hear it.
Yes.
Okay.
I realize.
Anything horrifying? Just random.
It appears to just be chanting of some sort. Now you can't see inside or anything of that sort, at least unless you guys want to get closer. But the guildman's house is present. It is a 4-story building. There is the sign is hanging above is on the 2nd story. There appear to be 2 balconies towards the top. The 4th floor and the 3rd floor both have balconies on them. It is one of the largest structures outside of the esoteric order of Dagon that you've come across so far. It also appears to be in a dilapidated state, like most of the city.
Yeah. So we pop in.
You guys moving towards the Guildman's Inn?
Yes.
All right. As you venture towards the Guildman's Inn, you would find that the doors themselves, one of them is hanging at a strange angle. The other one is it's rotten. It looks like if you were to touch it, your hand would press through it. Who's going in first?
Tristan
Varel. You reach for the door that looks somewhat crooked, and with a bit of a jiggle, you break free some of whatever the like crusted underneath layer beneath the door, and you're able to pull it outwards, revealing a musty, damp, almost like tavern setup. There is a very tall and lanky individual kind of behind the bar area. He appears to be a bugbear, rail thin, very loose fitting clothing, and he looks to be afflicted with some kind of disease. Not only does he have the Zinmouth look, excuse me, Freudian slip there, he also has no hair on his body. There's no hair. He looks like a naked, like a naked bugbear. It's super gross looking. And he's stooped over. And even stooped over, he's as tall as Moog, stooped over. There were also several younger goblins with the Zinmouth look, kind of at a table in a nearby corner. They're all privately drinking, as well as you see the door to a kitchen in the back. It's somewhat open, and you can see that there are pots bubbling over, and the smell of briny food wafting from the kitchen. There appears to be an overly large individual humming to themselves and moving about in the kitchen. As you move in, Trist, the man behind the counter just looks towards you and kind of clasps his hand together like this. He doesn't speak.
Like a bar setup.
It looks somewhat like a bar, yes. One that's in
Gonna
very
walk over.
disrepair.
Yeah.
Triss begins to walk over. The rest of you see this horrible sight. What would you guys want to add anything to this, or?
I will be walking over to the barkeep as well, and I mean, this is here to perform. Does it matter the location?
Of course.
Gonna
It's also
interrupt
of
this.
note there is standing water in this building, ankle deep water. It's briny and mushy. It's like swamp water. It's super gross. As you walk in, there is no stage. You have not heard a lick of music the entire time you've been here outside of the humming from the Esoteric Order of Dagon.
Oh my god, I can play that.
So, as you approach the bar, the individual with his hands clasped kind of looks down towards you, Trist. He doesn't speak.
What do you have to drink in here?
He very slowly moves, reaches beneath the bar area, and pulls out a like glazed over, like food smeared menu, and plops it in front of you.
Lovely. I will take it, turn around to the other three, point to the bar, point to a table. See where they want to sit.
Most dry area, possibly. You know?
That's gonna be a tough one. Why don't let's give me an investigation check, Rogar.
Oh,
I'll
is it advantage or disadvantage?
Is Velree assisting?
Yeah.
Just a straight roll.
Straight roll.
Like a Waffle House at 2 a.m.
13.
With a 13, you do find a table that looks like it is somewhat dry. However, there is not a single stool or chair that looks like it would support the weight of anyone without collapsing beneath you, because they are all rotten.
Yeah, we'll stand.
Okay. Maybe just stand at the bar then, I guess. I don't know.
It's a high table. You could stand at it. That's what
Okay, we can stand there. Okay.
That's what the younger goblins appear to be doing.
I'm gonna go to the younger goblins.
You move over towards them, Zoom?
Yeah, I'm gonna move towards them.
They look
And-
at you like kind of...
I'm not gonna get too close because I don't want to freak them out too much.
They're
but
talking to each other.
that's a catchy tune. Do you think it would be... it seems religious in nature. I don't want to offend anyone. Do you think there would be any harm in me playing it?
Give me a persuasion check at disadvantage, Zoom, for reasons you do not know.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Well, I don't get my natural 20. Oh, I got a natural 20!
What the fuck?
Impressive.
Yes.
The one that looks slightly young, like the youngest of the bunch, and they all look to be in like their teens. They are goblins. They're small. They're all maybe a little over 3 feet tall. One of the youngest male that you see there kind of looks towards you. Do you mean the hymns?
Yes.
Don't speak to him. You know the rules. I know, but he's just asking. No, I can't talk to him. I don't think an outsider should be singing them.
Noted. I will not be doing that then.
We need to go. One of the oldest one is trying to round up the rest, and he's trying to get them to leave at this point.
Okay, I will back away and say real quickly to the only one that's going to talk to me, would other music be allowed?
I don't think so. And he
Thanks, buddy.
moves out the door.
I'm gonna come back. Well,
As the door closes, you hear a thud and a splash outside.
buddy.
Like the thudding of the door shutting?
Nope.
Body dropping like a little goblin body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking.
Do you guys go look outside, or
I would like to peer
Oh,
through the
look
window.
through one of the
You shot him.
super messed up windows? Yeah, Mo killed him. No, you kind of look through one of the windows as soon as you look out, and it looks like the oldest one has just laid out the young goblin in the street, and the other two pick him up and they're dragging him, and it looks like they're moving towards the temple.
He's dead.
Guys, I think we should wrap up our business and get out of these nice people's hair. Oh shit! No, I forgot he's naked.
The barman glares at you with his hands together. He still
No
hasn't spoken.
disrespect. Well, I would say that I've seen all that I need to see, and I think we should not bother these nice folk any longer. Yeah,
Go on.
you want me to?
We're going nowhere fast. We need to find Zidrin and we need to find Scott.
Trist,
Okay.
the menu is you can see that there's only one drink available, and it's called the drink. You have no idea what the hell it is. There is
Sounds good,
there are a few seafood items, mostly fresh fish. There is a clam that you can order, some kind of clam stew perhaps. There's a couple other normal sounding things.
All right. Yeah, noted. I don't know. Clearly, no one's gonna talk to us apart from Sergeant, but we need to find where Zidrin and Scoth went. So we have to start
damn it.
somewhere.
Okay, fine, Velree, fine. I will use
Just
detect
ask him.
thoughts
So
Perhaps we
on
ask before we.
on who?
on
Yeah.
the
I
barkeep.
think maybe we should.
Thoughts on the bar?
Maybe.
What's going on? You know?
Just kind of whistling.
Are you going to probe? Or are you going to do base thoughts?
Oh, party said don't do it. I missed that. It's too late. I've said it.
Well, are you going to probe? Or are you going to do base thoughts?
I would like to probe. I'm pretty sure his base thoughts are get the fuck out of here. So
Well, it depends. What do you want to do? Base thoughts don't require a check.
oh, okay. Then yeah, base thoughts. Heck yes.
You also get to hear everyone else's base thoughts, including your parties. By the
that
way,
works for me.
for as
Oh,
long
I-
as you're concentrating on the
Sweet
spell.
home
Yes, you can focus on anybody. And
I would like to
and
focus on the barkeep.
whatever surface level is what you get to hear, like what their immediate thoughts are.
What's everyone thinking?
The barkeep is kind of sitting there
Rock and roll.
staring down at Trist. What language do you understand, Zun?
I think. Hang on one sec. Let me go down to down. Hang on. I know Common and Elvish, but
And
I'm not sure if there's a language.
That's it. That's all you got.
If the creature you choose has an intelligence 3 or lower, doesn't speak any language, the creature is unaffected. Do I have to know their language if I can read their thoughts?
I guess it would depend on what they were thinking in. Does that make sense?
That shit just got deep.
You probe deeper the target was.
I think in cryptic messages.
Let's put it like this. You hear a bubbling, slopping noise coming from the barkeep in a gurgling language
Alright.
that you do not quite understand. You hear and you see as he kind of glances down at like some of the goblinoid writing, you hear fragments of normal thought. Wonder if they're going to stay. Things like that. We could use business.
I'm not going to communicate any of this while I'm in here within earshot. But I'm sure I can detect his emotional state. Is he staring at us like I don't know how to talk to outsiders, or like I'm ready to eat all of you and kill you and
just give me an insight check, Zoom.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's fair. Please, dear God. Insight. Please don't eat us, sir. Kind sir. 18.
He looks like he is completely passive on the situation. As is, he just doesn't, he almost as if he doesn't have a drive. He's just kind of there.
Dear God. Okay.
It's at this point you guys hear a clamoring in the kitchen. You hear like this bubbling noise, and suddenly there is an ancient old man hobgoblin that comes stumbling out of the kitchen. He's got a bottle in his hand, and he's, I told you I'd pay for it, damn it! And he comes stumbling out. The barkeep gets up and slowly lumbers over in his direction as if he's going to lay hands on him.
Tristan still has comprehend languages.
He does not anymore, unless does it require
it's not a concentration.
It's not? Okay.
I don't think. Let me confirm now. I'm nervous.
I lay hands on me, he's gonna like beat him up.
Looks like he's about to grab him.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not it doesn't require concentration.
Just good for an hour?
It's good for, I think.
Is it 8 hours?
1 hour, yes.
Wow.
1 hour.
Okay. So Velree, you heard Trist, you heard a strain of curses in the kitchen in a strange burbling language.
Yeah. I'm interested in this fellow. He speaks a language that we understand.
And I told you I'd pay for it, damn it. I mean, this thing, it looks like an ancient hobgoblin.
Zitrin, is that you?
Does he look fish-like?
He does not appear to have the Zinmouth look.
He's a bugbear?
He appears to be a hobgoblin.
Ah, shit.
I'm just gonna watch him for now. See what he does.
As the bar keeps getting closer. Oh, fine. And he comes stumbling towards the front door, and it looks like he's leaving.
Friend.
He kind of looks back towards you.
Would you like some alcohol?
And he comes stumbling outside into the courtyard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He left.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go follow him.
Tristan will follow as well. Yeah.
You announce that you're following him?
I mean, I tell my people, my little group, I'm gonna go follow that guy.
Okay.
I get up, return the
menu.
The menu.
Just kind of slide over him, and he very pensively takes it and then shuffles it back behind the counter. He motions towards keys on a nearby wall for rooms.
Aurora shakes his head. I do not believe we'll be staying here.
Just kind of nods his head as the 5 of you, I'm assuming, shuffle out into the main town center here. First, as you guys get outside, you do see the old wizened man drinking deeply from the stolen bottle and stumbling down the street.
Velree, did you still have that bottle?
Don't you have a bottle of ever-pouring decanter of liquor?
I mean, I do, but Velree also brought a bottle. I don't know if she still had it.
Dude, I still have it.
All right. Following this guy.
Are following him. Okay.
All right.
Are you guys stealthily following him, or what's going on here?
Maybe as best we could, and knee deep of water.
I will say,
Tristan.
It will be a disadvantage if you're trying to stealthily follow him.
It's gonna be rough.
It's not
I
gonna
say we
hurt
just grab.
anything.
Okay.
Just go
I say
for
we
it.
just grab him and talk to him. Yeah.
Want me to grab him?
What do we want from him specifically?
Tristan's gonna get the bottle. And all right.
You gonna try to flag him down?
Yeah.
Okay. He kind of, as he's moving, he kind of, huh? His eyes kind of, he begins to walk back towards you. Are you guys moving? Are you moving like into a street, or are you just doing this here in the town square?
I mean, preferably somewhere out of the middle of the town.
Okay, so I'm assuming you kind of move off to one of the side streets, maybe even move like in the direction of an alley, and this man follows you like a dog wanting food, or perhaps an alcoholic craving a drink, one might say. As he finishes his bottle and just kind of chucks it in the street and just bobs in the street. Oh, wow, young fella, I see you got a drink there. Perhaps you'd like to share. You know,
I would.
I
I'd
could regale
sit
you
down
with the tale.
for a drink.
Oh yes, indeed. You've got fine companions here. Haven't seen a bunch like you in a while.
That's what it sounds like. Here, sit down, friend. I'll pour you a glass.
This is a courtesy. Oh, all right. And this old man, I don't know. Let me see. I guess there's going to be like some broken boxes or some shit you guys can kind of sit on top of.
We're going to form like a half circle around him.
All right, in this alley. Oh, let me wet my whistle there, Sonny.
There you go.
Oh, takes a good pull of it. Oh. What exactly is this?
Well, we're looking for a couple of people. Everyone seems to be tight-lipped about it.
Oh. Well, of course, you're not supposed to talk to foreigners around here. Don't you know the rules?
Yeah, apparently. We're just friends. Well, don't look at us as foreigners. We're all friends here.
If we're friends, what's your name, friend?
Tristan Burrell.
Oh, what about you, individuals?
Zoom?
Tom Jones.
Oh, bro, Joe.
Oh, indeed.
I look at him and say, Velree?
Oh, and my white friend. What exactly is your name? Well, since we're friends, you can call me Zadok. Zadok Alden. I'm a local from around these parts.
Zadok, what happened out here? You guys have the extreme high tide? Why is everything flooded?
You know how it is. Bad times, worse times.
What's that statue of? That fisherman-looking fella.
I am going to need persuasion checks at this point. From
we get it with advantage.
A single person.
Drunk.
It will be advantage. Who's one of you pick somebody?
I'm happy to roll.
Of course you are, Sam.
If I'm allowed.
If it doesn't matter who's rolling.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a good one. Hang on. But it's at advantage, right?
It is advantage. 17.
Right.
Oh, you know, it's just it's been there a long time, let's just say. Looks like he's very tight-lipped. For now. Looks like you might have to spend more time with him to loosen his lips. If you'd like.
Does he look thirsty?
He looks thirsty.
Well,
he's drinking like a fish. Within another 30 minutes, the bottle that you have is drained. Dry. Well, friends, I mean, if that's all you got, I guess I'll be on my way.
Oh,
I guess to stand
what's
up.
the hurry?
Well,
River pulls out his giant gourd.
oh, my lord. Oh, Dagon's mercy. He sits back down.
River pours, gets a horn,
Mm-hmm.
a ram's horn, and like pours it full.
Oh, you are a godsend. He takes it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can we try persuasion again with
Cost.
different lines of questioning?
indeed, you can.
All right, then I would like to ask him, when was the last time you saw others who were not locals? And
All
let
right.
me go ahead and,
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
whew, I might have made it. Let's see. 24, is it high?
24 is your high. Okay. All right. Well, let's see here. Depends on what kind of locals or foreigners you're talking about. We've had dynasty men, samurai folk. It's been a while, a few years at least. We had some of them pass by. We've had some more fisherman-like individuals, sailors even. They've come by. A few of them are even working at the refinery, as far as I know, a couple months back.
What do you refine?
Well, gold. Doesn't everyone know that?
That's all you refine?
That's all I know of. I don't do much work myself, but well,
Where'd you get so much gold from?
the mine, of course,
Where is the mine?
is at the refinery.
The mine is at the refinery.
Beneath it.
I ask why some of your fellow townspeople have a certain look that is different than the rest of you.
Maybe. Depends on if the drinks are gonna keep coming.
Do not worry. He pours them, refills the
Okay.
horn.
I'm gonna tell you right now, another hour is going to pass before he's going to answer your question. As he is drinking, guzzling it, stalling it almost.
I would like to cast, let's see how this works, but we don't have forever. Let's see, how long? Up to 8 hours concentration. I'd like to cast Persuasion on him.
Cast
has-
persuasion? What?
Yes. Cast Persuasion and just, kind of whistle a little bit. And he has a Wisdom 17 he'll need to make.
What spell is this?
Sorry, not Persuasion. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Suggestion.
Suggestion. There we go.
I'm thinking Persuasion.
All right,
I'm
I was
trying to
like,
say suggestion.
a spell I don't know
Like-
of.
No.
All right. What's the DC?
She was going to use
17.
persuasion on you to convince you that Zoom had that
Was it-
spell, though.
Was it wisdom?
It was Wisdom 17.
Even at disadvantage, he passes it.
Ah, shit. Well, then
He's a wise
We're
old
just-
coot, one might say.
it's a clever man. We're just going to be stuck here with him and all this kind of stuff.
He finishes, keeps drinking. Well, let's just say that that all started about 200 years ago. Old Zadok here was alive and kicking. Back when I was just a wee thing. That's back when the captain came back. That's when it all started.
Captain who?
Captain who?
Well, I mean, everyone knows about the captain. Surely you've heard of him. He's renowned. Captain. Okay, I gotta pronounce this shit. Why did I write it like this? Zrovak Maul. Captain Maul, we call him.
Captain.
He's the one who lives in the manor. He's the one who runs the refinery. At least he was. They say his great grandson or some shit like that runs it now. Rumor is the man's still alive and kicking, doing it himself.
Does my earlier history check now have more context?
Yes, you would recognize that this is probably the man that he's referring to.
Oh, great. Still alive. That's a long lifespan.
Oh, yes, indeed. What is dead cannot die.
All right. Well, I'm curious. Do you recall any of the names of the foreigners who have come here?
Foreigners, well, I mean, I don't get a lot of names. Sometimes I get a drink. Ooh. When no one's looking, I don't know who you're interested in.
Mo, can you describe Zidron?
I believe Moog has a picture that he drew last session
Perfect. Yeah.
Yes.
with his calligraphy skills. Do you
We've
produce
been-
said picture, Moog?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Produce a picture? Oh, he's one of them samurai guys. Yeah, they passed by about almost 2 years ago, sorts. Heard the fishermen were up in an uproar after they went by. They went looking for him, found him something, brought it back. Old Sarge has got records and things down in his old little shack down there.
You say they found them and brought them
They
back?
found things. I don't know what. They said they found stuff. That's all. I hear things.
Do you
Nobody
know
wants
what...
to pay attention to old Zadok. They think I'm crazy.
Oh, I don't think you're crazy. Do you know what happened to this individual? Do you know, did he leave and just...
I don't know. All I know is they brought some shit back. Keeps it down in his little house down there. Thinks he's big shit in his house. I ain't got nothing to sleep in. I was talking down to me.
Is anyone else gonna ask any questions? Anything?
Did you ever see a goblin, Scoth Goldtooth, from the Bitter Snout Trading Company?
Gold Tooth. Is he goblin?
I thought he was a goblin.
Goblin. Gold teeth?
I think so.
Well, yeah. I saw one. About 2 months ago. Went up to the refinery for work. At least, that's what they call it.
Gotta lead. Say, Zadok. How often do those people hang out in that EOD? What's that about?
The hell's EOD there, boy? You talking some kind of fancy language?
The Dagon. That temple-looking thing we saw by the statue. I mean, it was almost the middle of the day, and there was people inside of it.
Well, and it's at this point you guys realize it is dark out here.
Yeah, it's dark
We've spent a
now.
lot of time. Storms moving in. Starting to sprinkle a little bit. Oh, you want to know about Dagon, do you? You want to know a little bit? I could tell you, if you would like to know.
I would.
That's why we ask.
I can tell you, none of y'all gonna live here. You ain't leaving.
It's funny, that's what they said last
They
time.
won't let nobody leave.
God,
They
that
leave old Zadok alone. I took the first 2 oaths. They can't touch me unless I tell you something. But, as long as I stay like this, they can't prove I'm giving anything away on purpose. They can't get rid of me. Now, y'all's fair game, unless you take the oaths.
What are the oaths?
Well, there's some rituals, but they promise eternal life in the sea with Dagon. Go live with him.
So you're saying we, in particular, will not be leaving, or the ships in the harbor will not be leaving?
No, you'll see. The tide's rising. You'll see.
If we should get back to the ship.
Yeah. No, thank you for your time, sir.
Robert takes his horn back.
Come on now. I guess You guys begin to gather your things, and I'm assuming you're trying to leave.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You get about, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes down the street. The water level has risen so far that you are literally going to have to swim just to even get down towards the dock. It is to the point where it would be above your shoulders. Are you guys going to attempt to get in the water?
I want to stay in this town. So, I don't know.
Uh,
Cast,
How far
I could
is
cast
swim?
etherealness.
It only
You
works
want to
on you.
risk it? Oh, I
Yeah,
thought it was
for you.
more than one person.
The particular, I didn't put it in the description. The particular spell for you, it only works for you, not for other people.
Shit. Oh.
It'll be
And
fine. We'll be fine in the town. We'll go stay at the hotel.
could me and Moog help people through the water? Because we're both in chat.
Do you want to try to get in the water, Velree?
I
We're
mean,
getting in that water.
First off,
Things are swimming in the water.
There's it's not like clear water. It's like muck, like mud, and it's like swamp water.
Wow.
It is at this point. It's raining.
Yes.
How close are we to the nearest place to sleep?
Yeah.
I mean, the inn's not too far from here,
The Guildman
Right.
house.
and it is getting late. You're to that point where you're going to have to make a choice.
Well, barely. I'll just offer to help through the water if that's what we decide to do. But
What choice are we going to make?
Are there any dinghies around? Skiffs? Anything?
No,
Shit.
not towards the town square. There are not any.
Not just floating out.
Nope.
So, what about the house down there that the dockmaster, his house? So it's completely submerged.
Oh, it looks like it's damn near submerged completely.
That was a 3-story building.
The dockmaster's was
building?
2 stories.
So we have no choice.
You swimming?
Just perhaps you can contact Morak. Tell him to be
Yeah,
careful.
I'll let them know we're staying at the Guildman's house.
I have concerns that something will happen tonight.
We've been in worse spots before.
Well, my concerns are with him and his crew, not with us.
I'll keep in touch. If we could put a watch out on them.
As you move back towards the guildman's house, the inn, you walk in.
Shit, I rolled the dice.
You walk in,
Ignore that.
and you see the man standing behind the bar, hands clasped still, looking pensive as normal. He reaches over and he grabs 3 room keys
Oh, he already knows.
and puts them on the desk, on the countertop, and kind of slides them forward.
Are they different room numbers?
Yes,
I think we'll just need one room, friend.
he shakes his head.
All right, we'll take 3 keys.
He puts his fingers up.
Yes.
And then
Still will take the
he
3.
shows a palm opened up as if he wishes to receive payment.
Yes.
Honey, how much do you want?
21.
Food.
Doesn't say anything. Doesn't speak.
21 coppers.
What are you gonna put in his hand?
I don't have anything of use.
Rogar will
A book.
pull out
Aye. I have 21 gold if you guys are cool with me just giving that to him.
I don't think they want money.
that's a lot of money. Yeah, I don't think I want money, but Rogar will put out a 2 potions of healing.
Okay. You put 2 potions of healing in front of him. He grabs a hold of them, tucks it away, and he just nods.
floor are they on?
They're on the 4th floor.
Yes. Well, it looks like we'll be dry for the night. Going up.
You guys
Should
all
we all
go
stay
up.
in one room?
Oh yeah, we're gonna stay in one room.
You guys all go up. There are 5 rooms on each floor. The 2nd floor, 3rd floor, and the 4th floor. Do you guys go all the way up to the 4th floor?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You get all the way up to the 4th floor, and you notice that the 3 rooms that you guys are in are spread out. The ones you have keys for. So if you were looking at a floor plan of 5 rooms, there would be 3 rooms on this wall and then 2 rooms on this wall. There's 1 room over here, and there's 2 rooms on the other wall, but they're not next to each other, as if they have you guys all spread out with the room keys.
Are there windows in every room?
You haven't looked in one yet.
I would like to try to find a room with the most escape routes.
Okay. You take. You
Not
go
just
to
a window, but like over a ledge. Like, is there something to jump on?
You go to the first room. The first room you come to. You take the key. You use the key. It unlatches. It moves inward. You look out. There's a large window that's like barely boarded up. That looks like on the outside, what you saw from the outside of the building is a balcony outside. There does appear that these rooms are all adjoined to the next one with a small, thin door. And they're very tight.
I'd like to put my ear against the door for the neighboring room
Okay.
and try to see if I hear anything on the other side.
Give me a perception test.
I'm not at this thing right now. I would like to use a luck roll.
Okay. 15.
15.
All right. You listen in. It's hard to hear anything over the pattering of the rain. You don't think there's anyone in there.
Okay. Big open windows. This balcony connected to the other rooms, or is it just our single room balcony?
Just your single room. Like it's not. They're each have their own balcony on them.
Would there be a place to jump to from below?
This is the tallest building nearby. There are a couple other buildings that might be like 2 stories tall.
Okay. All right. Let's
Why
look
are
at
you
the other
thinking about
room.
jumping, Zoom? What is going to happen? God, you're so,
I don't know.
you guys
I
are
don't
so
like it.
paranoid.
You're not gonna make it out of here.
As you
Maybe that's why I'm
settle
paranoid.
in, you see that there are 2 beds, actual beds, not even bed rolls, like actual beds that look rotten and look like they've never been turned down once in their existence. There's a small bathroom with a chamber pot, and it's basically just a cupboard with a pot in it that looks like it's been used and never cleaned for quite some time. When you go back towards the door that you went in, it looks like at one point there was a latch that would lock the door, but it has since been removed, and there's a blank spot where one used to be in the muck. So there's simply the knob on the actual door handle itself that locks in place.
Do all the rooms look like this?
Yes, they do, actually.
Can I try to open the door for one of the adjoining rooms?
No, the ones in
From the
between.
inside?
Yeah, you go to open the door, it opens freely. It's unlocked.
What's in there?
It's just another room, almost identical in my description to the one you were in.
All right, I say we go to the room that they're not expecting us in. And so I'm thinking lock, try to bar the door from the room, one of the rooms they're expecting us in. And then we
Why
go
so
in here.
paranoid?
Because we were threatened in the alley by a drunkard.
Okay. You guys move into one of the adjoining rooms.
And
begin to rest your weary heads, barricading the
No.
door, of course, apparently. Is that what we're doing?
Wait, what's happening now? I'm confused.
Okay, so there's 6 rooms up there, right?
There's 5.
They gave us 5. Okay, they gave us keys for 3. They're all
Yes.
identical. I tried to open the door to one of the adjoining rooms that we don't have a key to, and it just opened freely. I recommend that we go inside a room they're not expecting us in, and we board our way up in there.
Wasn't there a room with a window?
All of them have windows.
The adjoining, all the rooms have windows.
Yeah.
With
and
balconies.
they all have balconies.
Well, Tristan has arcane lock, so he can lock a door magically.
Ooh,
And you can.
this is fine then.
We could take watches.
Yeah. Do you want to stay in this room? Or do you want to move into one of the adjoining rooms?
We're in the
They all sound-
adjoining room, I thought.
Yeah,
They
you
all
are right
sound
now.
the same.
Okay. So I'm going to say, for the sake of it, you guys move into the adjoining room. Who's taking watches? Is everybody going to take turns?
Take
Yeah.
first round.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception for the first watch, Velree.
So the main doors don't have deadbolts,
Mhm.
correct?
They don't. Looks like they've all
Alright.
been removed.
Well,
Like,
I'll
someone
arcane
else should
lock
take a watch.
Okay. You arcane lock the
the
main
main
door?
door,
Okay.
and then
What-
people just have to barricade the other doors.
Yeah, the adjoining door, you're going to just barricade it? Okay. All right. Is anybody taking watch with Velree?
Yes,
I should probably take a watch.
because I only need 4 hours.
Mo goes to
Mo?
hang out with Velree.
Oh, Tristan Varel. 20. And I guess Mo, you're staying up too, so why don't you roll, Mo?
Okay.
Just
You know,
Does the
Mo's
window-
crazy.
Does the window face out to the
perception?
sea? Have
Yes,
a nice sea
perception.
view.
It does,
Yeah.
actually. You can see out to the roiling sea right now.
Yeah. Not very
And-
well though.
Oh, not very well at all. So Zune's up next, as is Rogar, is getting very late at this point while the other 3 are taking the rest. So Rogar, go ahead and roll me perception, please.
Tristan spends his 4 hours staring out at the sea,
He does. Indeed, he does.
that reef.
And nothing outwardly begins to happen. The storm's getting denser and denser, the rain coming down heavier. It is at this point, Rogar and Zune, during your watch, Rogar, you start to hear something, Rogar. You're very attentive. You begin to smell salty bodies moving about. You hear burbling language. The room that you were supposed to be in, you hear the doorknob being tried. Did you guys leave it locked? Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you said there were no locks.
No, well, there was not locks on the doorknobs. There was no like deadbolt.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
deadbolt's been removed. Okay. So you hear the door being tried very subtly. And then you hear the jingling of keys.
Clicking.
And then you hear the lock in the door opening
Rogar.
inwards.
We're waking
Rogar's
people.
quietly. Yeah.
This
Rogar's
is in the
quietly
next
waking people
room.
up.
This isn't the room you
Yeah.
guys are in.
Right.
You hear,
Yeah.
and you hear bodies shuffling around outside, moving to the respective rooms that you guys were supposed to be in.
Waking
then-
all of them up.
They move to try. Are you trying to wake everyone up?
Yeah.
Trying
we
to
try
so
quietly.
yes. The
Subtly.
second we heard jingling, just
Yeah.
kind of
You start kind of moving everybody up, and then after a moment, a key slides into the lock of the room you're in, and it twists to open. The magical arcane nature that Tristan Varel put on the door keeps it from opening, as it as you all tentatively stand at this point, readying yourselves. That's where we're going to end tonight's episode of Emberfell
Fireball.
Whispers from the Stars.
Fireball.
Oh, yes. The glory. It's happening. It's happening.
Yeah.
I love it.
Wow. You guys.
Would it be fine? Everyone's freaking out. I had it taken care of.
He's got to take care of it. They're not going to break through this door. It's impossible.
They can't.
Can't do
It's
it.
impossible.
They can't.
Until I
But
dispel it. Or they have a magician with them.
If you look at Arcane Lock, it just raises the DC of the check to break it down by 10.
Unless they know knock, they can
Unless they know knock. So with enough effort, they might be able to break it down. It could take a while, though. We'll see. Regardless,
Burst through, get lightning bolts to the face.
It's going to be amazing, guys. So I'm looking forward to next session for sure, because next session is going to be a shit show. It's going to be great, guys. It's going to be great. I'm loving it. Unfortunately, not too much action. I know Mogs, he's as bloodthirsty as he is. He can't help himself.
It's okay,
He almost killed Marble. He almost shot him in the face before he even got to talk.
It happens.
It's an endearing trait.
But let's go ahead and do favorite moments of the night. Let's start with the ever slow sleepy Velree.
I enjoyed Zune Marble's Bane over here.
Oh God.
His way with Mr. Marble.
Mr. Rebel.
Yeah, that was my favorite part.
Indeed. Chiseled in all the right places. I mean, come on, guys. Whatever. It's just whatever. No one likes my jokes anymore. Dan, how about
Yes.
how about you? Favorite moments of the night, Dan?
Not killing that guy.
Oh, Rogue.
I thought about it, and I was like,
Oh, you did think about it.
I was like, no, I thought about it as me, the player.
Blow his head
I thought
off.
about it as, I was like, I really did. But I was like, man, I wonder if like Anthony just has the mode contingency for every encounter.
That's true. I do.
Like, okay, but what if he shoots this guy?
I do. Believe me, I thought about it. I was like, well, he'll just kill him, and that'll be that. It'll be over, and then I'll just have to keep going.
You thought that before we even got started, didn't you?
Oh, I did.
yeah.
I was like,
You're like,
Mo's
Mo's gonna want to shoot this guy.
It's a good
That's
chance
okay.
if he sees them before everyone else does, he might just shoot this man.
It's just may as well probably just blow his head off.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, exercising restraint. That was a new one for me.
It's a new one from Mo. Indeed,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
See how it goes. See how the rest of
And
it
Zune's role play all night just cracks me up. So that's every session.
Friend Rogar, son of Amun.
I like the imagery of Velree jumping to the other ship with Zune in her arms. Just kind of.
Yeah, it's like Superman.
Rest of the pirate crew,
Oh shit.
just kind of being like,
Parkour
what's
really
happening?
paid off.
Do it.
The parkour really paid off.
It did. It did all that exercise. Really.
All that training.
She's got her jumps down. What can I say?
I also like the image of Zune wading through the water with a feathered coat boa.
That's true.
Just being like walking through the deep, mucky water with this giant feathered boa.
Mm-hmm. I will say it is an illusion, so technically,
Yeah, it probably doesn't get red. It was just an interesting image for me to just think of this like disgusting town and just this fancy
gross.
man.
You can say he's a fancy man walking around.
Yeah.
It's great. How about, old Tristan Varel? Captain Varel.
There you go. I like this adventure, bro. This adventure's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
Great. I'm excited about it. Looking forward to it.
I can tell you're excited about it. Gonna talk with Zadok. Gonna be some
Old
good things
Zadok.
coming. Old Zadok. How about, last but not least, Zune Marble's Bane.
I really enjoyed this evening, obviously, but I really liked Marble. I liked how easy he was just like, that was like, I had to actually work at con. This one was just like, hey, but I really liked the half orc trying to seduce Velree. I thought that was so cute. And
she did not like it.
No. I think that the image of Moog trying to like hobble up and down the crow's nest. Oh my god. Rogar covered in crap. And just kind of this whole adventure so far. I'm liking it. Oh, I really liked the voice for Sarge. It was just whatever. It was I don't know. I liked it. It was impressive. It creeped me. It was gross. It was
It's supposed
gross.
to be gross.
It reminded me of Men in Black.
Okay.
You know?
Kind of, yeah.
Joker.
Skin starts stretching a little bit.
Yeah.
Good. Glad you liked it. Well, I had a favorite moment of the night. Finally got to see Zinmouth. I've only had it, in the books for, I don't know, God knows how long. But we're finally there. We get to see Zinmouth in all of its glory, or in glory. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this takes us and to see where this goes and see what unfolds and to see how you guys handle it. Mostly with violence, I'm sure. Because that is the name of the game. So, woof, I'm excited for the next session. Thank everybody for watching. Do, of course, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And, of course, check out the lovely Velree on the TikToks. That's what the kids are calling it, at least. And then you can check out old man Dan Decker. Where is he? He's down there. Old Moog. He does the Trek stuff. He does all the things. We got him on the tweets. And
Tweet.
I think you still got YouTube up, right? Yeah, he's got a YouTube
on YouTube.
channel. We got all kinds of shit. It's in the description. Check it out,
everywhere.
guys. And of course, do leave comments because we do enjoy getting them. So leave comments down below. And of course, as usual, thank you all for watching, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Have a good day.